Welcome back to my channel. You already know it's your boy Hood Diggity, the Rock Reactor, back with another video. Yes, sir. Before I proceed, let me know where you tapping in from. Let me know what country, what city, what mountain, what hill, what cave, what island, what planet, what universe. Let me know where you at. Represent your hood. Yes, sir. You know, guys, calling myself the Rock Reactor, Reactor brings what I believe to be a lot of responsibility, because there are rock bands and rock artists, when it comes to rock artists, that if I don't cover them in my channel, I feel as though something's missing. And there is a lot I still need to cover. There's a lot of territory that I need. It's a long journey, maybe lifelong journey. I'm an old man, so I don't have much to live, but only God can tell. But anyway, I just finished reacting to Rush, for example. And I was saying how I was thanking, I actually thanking the person that recommended Rush in the first place. And I'm glad that I discovered Rush. And I would have had to discover Rush, because without bands like Rush, which is they're important pieces of the puzzle in my book, I don't think you are an overall rock fan. You can't cover the history if you don't include bands like Rush. That's all I'm going to say. And I'm glad I have, because not just because they're awesome, they're great. And I just finished reacting to a song that had me in shock. I didn't know what to say. It just shut my brain off. But anyway, Deep Purple, I believe, it's the same thing. I believe these guys are a very important piece of that puzzle. You have to hear Deep Purple. It's like, and people have been telling me, you have to hear Deep Purple. And I did one for Deep Purple, and I left it alone because I had to do other stuff. And now I did this one, and it was a classic, the one that I just did. I don't have the name in my head, but the one that I just did, I was like wondering, wait a minute. Guys, I don't know when heavy metal was born or hard rock was born, but I didn't think it went back that far. This was 1970. But the thing is, and I sense that hard rock, like it's like the early beginnings of hard rock. Like I was sensing it, but I don't really know, guys. I need you guys to school me. But my point is that Deep Purple, not just that they seem to be a very, very important piece of the puzzle, but they're also a great rock band, because you actually see the creativity. You actually see how these guys, they were innovators, because they were just creating sounds. Like back then, it's like, you see, it seemed like they were just all bands and everybody was just brainstorming. Let's do this, let's do that. We don't want to be like that. We want to innovate. And it was just all about innovating and creating different sounds and being different and being original. That's what it seems like. And it seems like that, not just with rock, but with hip hop and music overall. Everybody was just trying to be inventive. And sometimes I say they made everything out of nothing, because they didn't have the access and the facility that we have now, that these artists have now. They have computers, they have different sound bites, they have this, they have that. So, these guys were really innovators, and I have a feeling. And I was comparing Rush to Deep Purple in the way that I'm starting to see that these guys were really important. These guys, they really made history. These guys are actually imprinted in rock history, and I need to do more Deep Purple. And this is what brings me to this, guys. Like I said, I could go on and on and on and on. So let's get right to it, guys. I chose this one because they're live. I wanted to do a live one. And before we do proceed, guys, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, hit the like button. Any donations to my channel will be greatly appreciated. My PayPal account is on the description. Let's get right to it. This is Deep Purple. This one's called Lazy, live in Wacken. Is Wacken in Germany, guys? Let me know where Wacken is. Never heard of Wacken. Wacken Black Stage Show. See what I'm talking about? These guys were innovators, man. God damn. I'll turn this up. Damn. I had to stop it to say, I don't know where Wacken is, but it seems like the whole Wacken population was definitely there, and the town next to it. You know, guys, I swear I had to stop it, but I wanted to say that the way that these guys are playing, you could tell that these guys were very influential throughout their years. You could tell that all the rock groups that came after them, they took a little bit of their sound, and they took a little bit of their stuff, because you could tell that their sound, like it reminds me of like Megadeth, and you kind of see that Guns N' Roses, you kind of see that all. So this is where, but of course these groups this group is before them, so you could tell that they incorporated their sound. Guys, I'm sorry I had to stop it again, but I just want to say how much this guy right here, the guy on the keyboard, he resembles, and I was trying to think, damn, I forgot the name of it, but he resembles the late actor Charles Bronson. He looks just like him.
Stay in bed. You're lazy. Stay in bed. You don't want no money. You don't want no bread. No. If you're drowning, you clutch no strong. If you're drowning, you clutch no strong. Wanna cry, wanna.
I wonder what he means by that. If you're drowning, you clutch no stone?
If you're drowning, you clutch no strong. If you drown,
oh, you clutch no strong. You clutch no strong. I wonder what he mean by that.
Wanna cry, don't wanna live no more. Come on, baby.
I just wanted to say, guys, that the harmonica, it complements this whole sound. The whole sound, it just complements it so perfectly. Sorry, guys. I'm going to rewind a little bit, guys. You could tell that these guys were serious innovators, man. You could tell that these guys were pioneers of that rock, that hard rock, that metal. Let me know, guys. Maybe I'm wrong, but you could just tell these guys were pioneers because you could see how the sound that you hear now, the sound that they're doing, you could see, you're like, damn, but it sounds like, but then I'm comparing them in my head to bands that have came after them. So you could tell that these guys were pioneers, that were innovators. See right here, I'm sensing, I'm getting Aerosmith vibes. Right here with the sound that they're doing, I'm getting a lot of Aerosmith vibe. But I assume that Deep Purple came before Aerosmith. That's the example I wanted to make. Or am I wrong, guys? If I'm wrong, please let me know.
Lazy.
And by the way, I hate lazy people, by the way. I hate people that just choose to do nothing in life. That's just me. I have a thing. I hate, one thing is you resting, but people have no motivation, just don't want to do shit in life. I stay away from them. I believe they're a cancer of society. I love people. I like to stick to people that inspire me to move forward and keep the ball rolling. But anyway, guys, let me know, guys. I'm a little bit confused. I want to learn more about this group because I believe this group adds a big piece of my puzzle, a big piece of my channel. And because they're a big piece of history. There's something, the sound, they're awesome. And I says, like, when I hear them, I'm like, wait a minute, but this sounds like I compare them in my head to bands that I know that these people came before them. Like right there, like they sounded like a little bit like Aerosmith. I sent a little bit of Megadeth, Poison. I don't know, like it was starting to giving me those vibes. Damn, I forgot the name of this group. They had that band Armageddon, Def Leppard. They had the album Armageddon, Def Leppard. Like I was like, I don't know, I was thinking, damn, but this sounds like this, it sounds like that. I was comparing them. In other words, you usually compare them to bands before. I'm comparing them to bands after. So these guys, to me, I sense like they were pioneers. So guys, please let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know, and please recommend other. I want to do Deep Purple, but I want to go back. I want to do like the last one I just did because I wanted to see like the early music from back in them days because this sounded like it was recent. It was a little bit more recent. Wow, they had the crowd packed for real. Like all of Wacken was there. The whole county, the whole fucking country seemed to have been there. Let me know what Wacken is. Is it in Germany? Please let me know. But they had the crowd jamming, guys. They're crazy, and everybody had their hands up. The crowd control was going. Their crowd control was definitely in effect, guys. And please subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell. Hit the like button. Any donations to my channel will be greatly appreciated. My PayPal account is on the description. Peace, love, and God bless.